Okay, to Rose Hill for the Missile Stakes at Wait for Age, and they're moving into the starting gates.
In the betting ring, I'll tell you about that as we go through them. On the tape, Petriro is showing $2.60, which is about 13 to 8. He's my pick. I'm hoping he can run home over the top of them. Regal Native Bands attracted the big money. I'm on Petriro. Here's John.
All set, the gates fly open, off and running in the Missile. Purcelli and Gally Gaskin's a little slow, and Petriro is racing very sluggishly in the early part. Sobers bounded out in front and hit the ground running. Pagan Jess settles second, Dance Band third, followed by Rise and Shine. Now 3 lengths away is Petriro, being scrubbed hard by Cassidy, followed by Purcelli and last Gally Gaskins. Through the gap onto the course proper, they're flying up front. Sobers by a length, Pagan Jest. A bit more than a length to Rise and Shine, and Nectar Dance Band on the outside. About 6 lengths away, Petriro, who can't stay in touch at the moment, followed by Purcelli and Gally Gaskins as they corner. Into the straight, Sobers led over Pagan Jest, and 2 lengths away, Dance Band about to come to the outside of them. Then Rise and Shine, and 2 lengths away, Petriro. In the straight, 300 out, Sobers not done with yet, as well clear. Dance Band about to get into second place, battling on. Rise and Shine at the 200 mark. Sobers still in front, Dance Band about to get him, and then Rise and Shine. Petriro's got to come across their heels. He's still getting home, Petriro. Dance Band in front. Oh, this is going to win, Petriro. What an amazing performance. And he's won by more than a length on the line to Dance Band. Rise and Shine has run third, followed by Sobers, and then Pagan Jest and Purcelli, and Gally Gaskins back with the tail enders. What an amazing win. 80 metres from home, he looked like running straight up the tails of the 3 leaders. He had to stop in his tracks, switch across the heels of the 3 leaders, and he still got up and won, Petriro, so he must have had plenty on him. Number 1, Petriro, J. Cassidy scoring an unbelievable win, 270 and 180. 4 second, Dance Band, a place dividend of 230, and 5 third, Rise and Shine, a place dividend of 240. Boy.
Kindergarten. And let's look at these horses in the San Domenico Stakes. Some promising young horses are engaged. 5.5 to 1. Varicos from Newcastle, a clear-cut favourite. $2.30, hovering between 5. There's a scratching. Number 8, Ace K at 7 to 2.
Off and running in the San Domenico Stakes, and slow to move Ragtime Crest at the 600 mark, and Ace K shot to the front, led by 2 lengths to Varicos and Pterodon together, 2.5 to Pagan Jest, and then Princess Yates, a gap to the Bullfighter, followed by Bodu, Ragtime Cowboy, Miss Carousel and Committal into the straight, and Ace K well clear coming over the rise. He went further ahead, led by about 3 to Pterodon, Varicos moving into second place, and then Princess Yates, followed by the Bullfighter and Pagan Jest. At the 200, Ace K is a mile in front. He's gone further ahead, 5 lengths on Varicos, followed by Pterodon. Do you think this hasn't improved in a fortnight? Ace K, he's making them look second rate, and down to the line he goes. Ace K wins by 8 lengths. Varicos second, Committal got up for third, finishing brilliantly. Fourth is Pterodon.
And 4, Ace K, $4.50, $1.70. Varicos, which was Kenny's tip, coming in second, about 8 lengths.
The Silver Shadow Stakes attracted 2 of the top fillies from last season. With Me, who'd been second in the Golden Slipper and the early leader in this race, and Triscay, who'd won 7 out of her 9 starts.
Nearing the 500 mark, and it's With Me, the leader over Merry Life and Alpine Queen, and Settlers Cove makes a line of 4. Now bailed up on the rails, Alpine Slopes with nowhere to go. Triscay is also blocked for a run, and then Sir Pleaker and Twiglet right around the outside as they turn for home, where With Me got a break on them. Straightened up clear by a length or more to Alpine Queen. Getting off the fence, Alpine Slopes. Here's Triscay. Triscay is coming after With Me. Alpine Slopes not getting much room. With Me still in front. Triscay trying to get the filly. With Me is just in front. Triscay is lunging as they get near home, and she got there in the last stride. Triscay got up to beat With Me. Whisked, I think, has run third in front of her.
Yes, what a good filly she is. Triscay really does try in the last little bit.
A race of great tradition and great history, the Warwick Stakes, and some super horses have won it over the years. Superimpose has the best record of this year's runners. He's won almost $1.8 million in prize money.
And to the Melbourne Cup. Let's look at what prices they are in the Warwick Stakes. Number 1, Superimpose, is showing $3.70 on the tote, which is just a fraction under 11 to 4. I've got my cash on him. She's at 14 to 1. Committal, one of the 3-year-olds, at 7 to 1. An Only Version, the other 3-year-old, is at 3 to 1 on the tote. Bookies aren't quite as generous, and he might firm in the last few minutes of betting.
Mood, starter onto his stand, has the button, and they're about to break. They look good. Stalls open, they're away, and towards the outside, Only Version just about won the start. Port Kingdom began speedily and is surging towards the lead. Coconut Shy prominent. Committal is in a good spot when they get going, and Superimpose will settle about fifth. He's only 4 lengths off the lead at the moment. And then Party Mood and Port Kingdom led at a very leisurely pace. A length on Majestic Boy. Committal third. A length away, Coconut Shy, followed by Eastern Classic. Out a bit deep, Only Version with Superimpose on the fence, and then Party Mood, followed by Shallier, Lord Highbrow, Palace Revolt, and 2 lengths away last Interstellar as they go by the 800 mark, and now they're kicking up front. Port Kingdom by more than a length to Majestic Boy, a neck away Committal, 2 to Eastern Classic, a length Coconut Shy, Superimpose 7 lengths off the lead. Only Version is now under pressure, followed by Party Mood and Shallier and Lord Highbrow well back as they come to the corner. Port Kingdom in front by nearly a length on Majestic Boy. Committal's in third place, and then Eastern Classic and Superimpose flat to the boards, about 6 off the lead, and he's now switched to the extreme outside. He can still win, I think. Superimpose, he's starting to wind up as they come to the 200, where Port Kingdom and Majestic Boy are the 2 leaders. Eastern Classic, and here comes Superimpose. Superimpose has raced past Eastern Classic. Oh, he looked the best horse in the race, and so he is. Superimpose wins the Warwick Stakes brilliantly. Eastern Classic, I think, second, a breath in front of Shallier, and then Party Mood. Interstellar, a good run from Port. What a big win by Superimpose. Still 6 lengths off the lead on the turn, but you could see that he was just getting into overdrive. Number 1, Superimpose, Darren Gauci, $3.40 and $1.80. Seconds close, Eastern Classic, and number 10's the other one, and the fast finishing Shallier is the other one in the photo for second. But home he goes in the colours made famous by Carbine. Black, white sleeves, red cap. He's no...
Calendar did get the first one right. Superimpose, he said, would win, and as the number suggests, it was the first across the line. $3.40 and $1.80. Eastern Creek second, $5.20, and Shallier, depending on which way you like.
But Superimpose was enough to keep you square. This one will put you in front, Shaftesbury, haven't you? And we'll all go home with plenty to smile about. Let's look at the price. 14 to 1. Marimbula Bay at 20 to 1. Shaftesbury Avenue, my tip, 9 to 4, $3.20. Close enough to 9 to 4, $3.20 for $1, 2 1/4 to 1. Spot the Rock is at 9 to 2.
The field, Jackson River, wide out touch and at the 700 metres mark, and Billy Asset is just the leader over Dance Band in the middle. Marimbula Bay makes a line of 3, a length and a half to Shaftesbury Avenue, working into the perfect spot as they near the turn. Then Jackson River, Mercury flat to the boards, followed by Nimble Touch, and then out deep on the track as they come around the turn, Happy Sailing. Further back behind those, Prince Salieri, then Spot the Rock as they straighten up, and then Dual Treasures. Billy Asset the leader over Dance Band and Marimbula Bay, followed by Mercury. Shaftesbury Avenue is strung up for a run. At the 200, Dance Band is tackling Billy Asset, then Marimbula Bay. Shaftesbury Avenue's about to burst through in the middle. Shaftesbury Avenue's going to fly home now. Dance Band in front, but Shaftesbury Avenue gobbles him up and spears away to win brilliantly. Dance Band second, I think. Spot the Rock got up for third, just in front of Prince Salieri, and then Marimbula Bay, Just Trish, followed tail enders. You can't get them much more impressive than that. Number 6, Shaftesbury Avenue. Once the split came, he was through in a flash. And he'll pay $3.10 and $1.70. But once that long striding chestnut saw daylight, he was just... you couldn't believe he could... 40 metres out, he was still looking for a run, and he's won by nearly 2 lengths. You think he had a bit on him? I'll tell a man he did.
As we go to the Manikato Stakes.
Makes ground from King's High, round the turn and Street Rough in first into the straight. Jet Fighters 2 lengths behind him, and then came Show County in the straight, and Street Rough in the leader with Jet Fighter a length and a half behind him. Grandiose King's High coming home well. It's Street Rough in front, Jet Fighter edging him out. Jet Fighter goes to Street Rough, and they hit the line. Photo, a bobbing finish. Street to Ruffian on the inside, maybe a nose to Jet Fighter in a close one. Third placing went to King's High, and they were followed.
And that made it 4 in a row for Street Ruffian. Easy from 10s out to 15 to 1 today. And the favourites are Westminster, Show County, both disappointing.
The Liston Stakes marked the return to racing of last year's Melbourne Cup winner Terrific. The horse who was favourite for that cup at one stage, nay Rizzy, and one of this year's cup favourites, Double Gin. But the favourites for the Liston were the multiple Group 1 winner Petrero in Pacifiers, the consistent off-peak chestnut Benbara King, the Cox Plate contender Better Loosen Up, and the mighty Tasmanian Sydeston, who was on top of the betting for the Caulfield and Melbourne Cups. Sydeston settled a little better than midfield.
5.50 out, Tango Master up to the bend, a length and a half, Double Gin, a half then to Wild, going up to third, a length for the back, Benbara King trying to get out, running fourth, and Kirkside's gone to fifth. When they turn, Sydeston pulled out to the middle of the track. In the straight, 300 out. Isla's gone up to Tango Master. Kirkside coming at them. Benbara King trying to get a run. And here's Sydeston starting to wind up down the outside, and from a mile back, Go Pack. It's Kirkside getting to the front with 150 to go. Sydeston on the outside starting to wear him down. Kirkside the leader. Sydeston stride by stride ranges up on the outside. He takes the lead, Sydeston, and a magnificent performance by Sydeston. First up to win the Liston. A length to Kirkside. Third home, Benbara King. And better loosen up.
To win either the Caulfield or Melbourne Cups, Sydeston will have to break new ground. The majority of past winners of the Liston have been sprinter milers, but veteran trainer Bob Hoisted is confident this 5-year-old is a great hope in the Cups.
Was this our first spring look at the Melbourne Cup winner?
I think it was, Keith. I'm pretty confident of him, and it's just a matter of everything going along according to plan now for the next 2 months. And as you know, with horses, a lot can happen, and we just keep our fingers crossed and hope nothing goes wrong.
David Hayes was far from disappointed with Better Loosen Up, who was steaming home in 4th place.
As a horse that's not noted for running on heavy tracks, I thought it was a superb effort. Michael said when the track got a little bit better in the straight, up the hill, he was really putting in the big ones at the finish, and I think you're right, he's not too far away from the winning stall.
David Hayes talking about Better Loosen Up. His next start will probably be in the Fian at Moonee Valley. Sydeston's in the Craigley Stakes at Flemington, so they probably won't clash next start throughout the spring. Let's take a look at the Caulfield Melbourne Cup markets after yesterday. Sydeston 8-1 for the Melbourne Cup, just 7-1 for the Caulfield Cup. Superimposed, don't go out and take the 10-1 at this stage. He's unlikely to run in either race, and Kessam comes.
Whether he's got the zip to win a tramway handicap is another thing. 5s. Shaftesbury Avenue at 5-2. Liverstone Lane is at 30-1. Number 4, the Kiwi, Mr. Megabucks, is a 9-1 chance. Spot the Rock is 4-1. 66, Just Trish and Eastwood. Prince Salieri, he's been specced in the betting.
Brian Batman of the AJC staff, who's in hospital. It's last at the 800 mark. Easy Prey, the leader over Shaftesbury Avenue. Page Princess trapped out wide as they come to the 600 mark, followed by Marimbula Bay, Majestic Boy, Eastwood, Happy Sailing. Mink Jacket can't get on the track. She's 5 and 6 deep as they near the turn. And then Spot the Rock, and further back Cheval Cavalier, followed by Eastwood, Greek Prince, Prince Salieri, Whiskey Supreme, and then Just Trish and Mr. Megabucks as they turn the corner. Over the rise, Easy Prey led Shaftesbury Avenue, about to grab her. Page Princess still there. Liverstone Lane putting in a run. Then Marimbula Bay, followed by Majestic Boy, who's badly checked at the 200. Shaftesbury Avenue headed Easy Prey. Liverstone Lane can't get to them. Cheval Cavalier wants to hang in under pressure, but the big chestnut Shaftesbury Avenue is going to prove too good. There's a big win in the tramway. Shaftesbury Avenue beat Liverstone Lane. Third's close, Cheval Cavalier or Easy Prey, followed by Marimbula Bay, Spot the Rock. Then Mr. Megabucks, Just Trish. Be overlooked, but he's a good horse, isn't he? Look at him try. You can usually tell a horse that's doing his best by the way he carries the head and stretches the neck, and you can see the intent in that horse's eye. He knows where the winning post is, and he wants to get there first. Oh, he's a damn good horse. Shaftesbury Avenue, $3.30 and $1.70. Liverstone Lane,
2, 3 and 11. First, Shaftesbury Avenue paying $3.30 and $1.70. Second, number 3 at $7.10, and third, number 11.
Most connections with the first up win in the Memsie Stakes at Caulfield today. It was the Noble Bijou 5-year-old's first victory in Australia, and saw him promoted to equal favourite with Sydeston for both the Caulfield and Melbourne Cups.
Nearing the home turn, Pango Mystery has some work to do as they turn the corner. Arc Regal just in front, the Phantom Wideout's gone to challenge. Then Benbara King and Pango Mystery now in the clear. Arc Regal tackled by the Phantom at the 200. Then Benbara King and Pango Mystery. The Phantom in front with 100 metres to go. Pango Mystery tries to reach him. The Phantom a length in front. Pango Mystery reaches him, but the Phantom fights on, and the Phantom breaks his Aussie maiden, wins it by about a half a length to Pango Mystery. Third might be Arc Regal, a photo.
Good win to the Phantom at 12-1. Pango Mystery, one of 4 equal favourites at 5s. Probably will be better suited on a
special. But let's get down to the Gloaming Stakes with the special 3-year-olds. What we've got today. St Jude, number 1 is a 2-1 chance. He's from Queensland. Pretty smart. Whether he can run the distance, that's another thing. Dureco is at 30-1. What a hit. Favourite at 6-4. He's my selection. He's probably under the odds, but he does mouth out to 12-1. The Kiwi, Lord Revenor, all the way from New Zealand. TAB number 7 is into 10-1. Garter King.
Important from this 1900 starting point, although with not so many runners, a field of only 9, they might get away with it. About set. Get to the 1,000 mark and they've slackened off a little. Derecho by a length and a half to St Jude. Now What a Hit is about to move up quickly. Cassidy's trying to pocket St Jude, but Brian York is awake up and he kicks up on St Jude and plants What a Hit 3 wide around that turn. Further back is Lord Revenor, followed by Garter King and then Dartmouth and Calais Star, and Time Lord and Power Base are the joint tail enders. Coming to the 600 mark, it's Derecho the leader. St Jude in hot pursuit. What a Hit has dropped off a little. He's a length and a half away, followed by Lord Revenor, scrubbed hard. Calais Star moving around the outside, followed by Garter King. Dartmouth on the fence under the whip, and Time Lord is very deep on the turn. Into the straight, St Jude has raced up the tackle. Derecho, Lord Revenor putting in a run. What a Hit is the first beaten at the 300 mark. St Jude the leader. Lord Revenor trying to get to him, and they're clear of Power Base. Calais Star. St Jude is still in front. Lord Revenor inch by inches wearing him down. St Jude is stopping. Lord Revenor cutting him down. He's coming home best. Lord Revenor and the NZ got up in the last bound. Lord Revenor won the gloaming from St Jude, and third's close. There's Power Base, Calais Star, Dartmouth close up, followed by Derek.
And the blinkers on the outside and the white cap. He was too strong and he got the cash. Now let's line up third. It looks like Power.
The big Kiwi Lord Revenor home at $11.260. Second number 1 St Jude at $1.50, and third number 4 Power Base at.
Great field of sprinters in the Kentucky Fried Chicken Theo Marks quality coming up at Rose Hill.
The prices. Number 1 High Regard is at 6.5 to 1 into about 6 to 1. Show County showing $2.50, which is 6 to 4. Bookies are a bit more generous. Alquaz, the imported horse, is at 12 to 1 now. Number 4 Solar Circle getting out of fraction to 5 to 1, been well backed in the ring. 6 to 1 Wong.
Now Solar Circle has moved in. Alquaz. Stalls open and they're off in the Theo Marks, and a bit slow to move at the start was Alquaz, and Solar Circle also dwelt, and Show County left the starting gate like a firecracker and is immediately 3 in front of West Dancer, followed by Early in his back last of all at the 800 mark, and the flying feet of Show County are scorching turf. He's 2 in front. West Dancer second, Truly Roman third, followed by High Regard on the outside of Wong, scrubbed along, and then Ricochet, Rosie and Boasting. Alquaz ran into a dead end on the inside of Comrade, a gap to Dual Treasures, and Solar Circle is 15 lengths from the lead last as they turn the corner. Show County headed up for home. West Dancer coming after him quickly, and Wood is getting anxious on Show County. West Dancer trying to get to him. They're clear of High Regard, followed by Wong and then Comrade. Show County still in front at the 200. In fact, he got away from West Dancer. Little Show County drew clear of West Dancer. Look at Alquaz, the imported galloper, coming home 100 miles an hour. Show County walking. Alquaz is grabbing him as they get to the line. Oh, golly, it's close. Alquaz or Show County, it's nearly a dead heat. West Dancer probably third in front of Comrade. It's a photo all round. Then High Regard. Alquaz showing $10 and $3.40. Show County showing $2.40 and $1.40. He might get there, Alquaz, but there's nothing in it. And it was a photo for third. But
we're in the blue. A brave run by Show County, but I think you'll find that Alquaz will get the money, and it certainly looks like that. A great run by the imported horse, another one of the Colin Hayes stars, or now I should say the David Hayes stars, owned by Shake Hamdan.
And the numbers were 3, 2 and 8. What a finish that was from Alquaz. It paid $10.90 and $3.40. Number 2, Show County, was second at $1.40. Number 8, West Dancer, $3.40 and third.
Arriving at the stalls now. Dan, let's take a look at the latest tote figures on the Ascot Vale.
Yes, Pete, Canny Lad's at $1.20 on the Victorian tote. Bookmakers are betting better, though. Out at $3.90. Bureaucracy's been the best-backed horse to beat Canny Lad. Clear second favourite, $2.55 on the tote. Storaya at $4.25 as well. Racing now, Canny Lad jumped only fairly. Marvellous jumped away nicely, and Manitou going for Manitou, Bureaucracy, followed by Storaya. Orange Ruffy was caught out wider. They were followed over on the inside by Claire's Girl. Canny Lad's back in about 8th placing. North Star Command was behind him, and they were followed by Trustful and the Guida. Over the crossing they go with 600 metres to go, and Our Horizon led a half a length. Mahasan second, Bureaucracy 3 away from the rail. Orange Ruffy the widest runner. They were followed by Storaya, Claire's Girl, Manitou, Marvellous over on the fence. Canny Lad's in the clear, but spotting them 5 lengths. Then the Guida, North Star Command and Trustful. 300 metres to go. Bureaucracy went to the front of the Ascot Vale. Storaya out after it. Here's Canny Lad down the outside from Claire's Girl. Bureaucracy a length and a half in front. Storaya wearing it down 2 lengths away. Canny Lad, I don't think he can win. Bureaucracy in front. Storaya trying hard. Bureaucracy hanging on. Storaya won't get it. Bureaucracy wins the Ascot Vale a half length. Second Storaya 3 lengths away. Canny Lad, the Guida running on strongly.
At the 300, and Bureaucracy dashed to the front from Storaya. 2 lengths back is Canny Lad, but Bureaucracy clear with 100 metres to go. Dittman pulled the whip. He's a length. Storaya, Canny Lad 3 lengths astern. Bureaucracy's finding plenty, holding Storaya, and Bureaucracy wins the Ascot Vale a length. Storaya 2.5 lengths away third. Canny Lad in a photo to Claire's Girl, a big run in.
Time of the race taken out by the brilliant colt from Sydney, Bureaucracy, ridden by Mick Dittman. Number 6 is coming up very shortly. 3 equal favourites open up on the tote. King's High, Sydeston.
As we take a look at the last minute totes.
Sydeston 220, surprisingly much better odds on track. King's High will start the favourite ahead of Sydeston. Zabeel third pick, and then Kingston Rule and Pago Mystery. They're the main 5 chances according to the bookmakers. Kingston Rule's at $4.40 on the tote. Zabeel's at $2.45, and in that light on. Set for the Craig Lee, and they're off and racing now. One of the first to begin, King's High down near the inside from our Sacrosanct, and the New Zealander Requittity away well. Pago Mystery going up near the lead with Kyrao Lad, followed by Double Gin. He wants to lead today, and Go Pack around them out deep, followed by Zabeel. All ashore drifts back to about hard to try and get around Pago Mystery. He can't for the moment, and they're joint leaders by a length to Zabeel going up third, followed by Equidity. On the inside, Kyrao Lad, a length and a half away, then a King's High and Go Pack. 5 lengths away, our Sacrosanct and Sydeston, a length and a half to All Ashore. 4 lengths away, Torrific, followed by Grey Fillet. Over on the inside was Kingston Rule, then Frontier Boy, 2 lengths to Nay Rizzy, and 2 lengths away Interstellar. 20 lengths between first from last with 700 metres to travel, and Pago Mystery led a half a length to Double Gin under pressure. Zabeel went up quickly third. Go Pack around the outside, then King's High, followed by Kyrao Lad under pressure. Our Sacrosanct behind those, followed by Equidity. All Ashore running on from Sydeston, and then came Kingston Rule out very wide. At the top of the straight, 400 metres to go. Zabeel went to the front. Go Pack out after him, and down the outside, our Sacrosanct, followed by King's High behind those, Pago Mystery. Zabeel in front for Michael Clark. Go Pack trying to wear it down. Our Sacrosanct down the outside. Zabeel a length and a half in front of Go Pack, and our Sacrosanct. Zabeel still a length in front. Go Pack is flying very hard. Sydeston gets to third. Zabeel in front. Zabeel wins the neck. Go Pack second. Sydeston third. Our Sacrosanct. What a run it for. Zabeel is back to his best. Number 12, ridden by Michael Clark.
Is running on well on the outside. King's High's coming with it. Pago Mystery gone. Citizen running on. Zabeel. Clark went for the whip. He's holding Go Pack, Sacrosanct. Then King's High. It's Zabeel in front at the 100. Go Pack raises another effort. Zabeel is holding him now. Zabeel's back. Zabeel wins at 3/4. Go Pack. Citizen.
Performance, because at the 800 he must have been 10 lengths off the lead. Kings on him wins by about a half a length at the post, but a big run Go Pack. Sydeston third, and Kingston Rule is inches away in 4th placing. Another tip-top performance. David Hayes, the winning trainer.
Had an ordinary first-up run at Moonee Valley, but back to his best today. Zabeel posting his 5th win at Flemington.
Vane won the first one in '69, so he's in good company. Melbourne Cup market, where does it sit after yesterday's meeting? Well, Sydeston maintained his position with the Phantom as equal favourite at 7-1. Interstellar, Narizzi and Shiroza at 12.
John, as much as 7-4 was bet, but let's look at the tote now, and she's into even money. She just kept tumbling, Triscay. I hope the punters know what they're doing. Triglet was scratched, Bavaria 8-1, Whisked 5-1. She's getting out. Bavaria's been well backed in the ring, down to Rhythmic Charm 4.
Good now, started getting onto his rostrum, ready to dispatch. That wants to sit back, but they're off in the T-rows. And one of the first out is Burberry, quickly into stride, and scooting to the lead is Zoo Wonder. Purcelli moves to second. New acquaintance Handy, Red Emotion driving up along the fence, followed by Whisked, and then Osmar first turn at the 1,000 mark, and Zoo Wonder the leader at a very good gallop, led by about 3 to New Acquaintance. Ahead back on the inside, Red Emotion, a length to Purcelli. Percelli nearly a length to Whisked on the inside, followed by Osmart Euphoric. Burberry 3 deep are starting to make ground in a hurry around that corner. Triscay is a long way back in the field today, followed by Sunland Express and then Fizam's Folly. And Let's Hurry has now dropped out to be last as they come to the 600 mark, and Zoo Wander is well clear. Led by 3 on New Acquaintance. Red Emotion third, Hard Ridden, and then Whisked. 2 lengths away, Percelli at the head of the others, Burberry, and Triscay about 5 deep on the turn into the straight. They've turned for home now, and Zoo Wander is about to be tackled by New Acquaintance. Whisked on the outside, looming up quickly, and then Red Emotion, and now Dittman lets the favourite go. Triscay, she's made ground quickly, but Whisked has got a break at the 200 mark. He's got to pull the whip on Triscay. Triscay is coming after Whisked. Whisked is still in front. Triscay dying on a run. She can't pick up the leader, and Whisked is going to score a very well-deserved win. She drew away to beat Triscay. Burberry a distant third. Let's Hurry a good run, and then Osmart, Red Emotion by New Acquaintance. Whisked on the outside, looming up quickly, and then Red Emotion, and now Dittman lets the favourite go. Triscay, she's made ground quickly, but Whisked has got a break at the 200 mark. He's got to pull the whip on Triscay. Triscay is coming after Whisked. Whisked is still in front. Triscay dying on a run. She can't pick up the leader, and Whisked is going to score a very well-deserved win. She drew away a very unlucky filly, and she turned the tables on Triscay with a vengeance today. Whisked, ridden by Gavin Duffy, to pay $5.70 and $1.80, and thoroughly deserving of the win. She just got that break on Triscay, and Triscay got to her quarters and couldn't improve 1 ounce more. Triscay to pay $1.30 and 3 Burberry a third to pay $2.40. That's the way they finished in the T Rose Stakes at Rose Hill as we go.
The first of the $250,000 races was the Lauren Perrier for the fillies. This is how Brian Martin saw the finish of the 1200-metre event.
As they come to the bend, there's 3 across the track here. With Me has a nose in front of the middle from Piave Girl, Paklani, and then Marhassan from Off Balance. They straighten up, and With Me in front with about 180 to go from Piave Girl. Johnson called on the filly, and she burst clear. With Me, she's home. She raced 2 in front of Piave Girl, Century Pike, but With Me much too good. With Me a brilliant performance by 2.5 lengths to Piave Girl.
With Me an easing favourite.
Then Paklani struggling on from Sterling Miss, but With Me has sprinted away from them in the straight. Drawn 2 lengths clear, and she's home and hosed. The Sydney filly With Me has scored by 2.5 lengths. Second placing goes to Piave Girl. Century Pike ran on well for third.
With Me wasn't happy on the turns, but she did accelerate brilliantly in the straight.
His next 7 straight in one of the most devastating, most awesome displays in the history of the Australian turf. It began in the field. They've got
Better Loosen Up turned in a great performance in the Field Stakes. Giving the leaders a big start, he accelerated quickly to join them on the turn.
Loosen Up, cutting loose and coming with a great run around them from you. Sour Sacrosanct and then Universal Ambition, and the Phantom held up on the inside. They're homeward bound, and now Westminster claims Stylish Century. Better Loosen Up pounding into the picture. Arc Regal off the rail but still held up, and then the Phantom running on halfway down the straight. Better Loosen Up challenges our Westminster and Stylish Century, with the Phantom driving through. Better Loosen Up and Stylish Century, and I think Better Loosen Up's just won it from Stylish Century.
Loosen Up is starting to join in, and then Arc Regal trying to get out, runs into a dead end in the straight now. It's our Westminster, Stylish Century. Better Loosen Up getting to them on the outside. The favourite Better Loosen Up gets up to Stylish Century, who fights back with our Westminster. Here's a go down to the post. Dead heat. Better Loosen Up, Stylish Century, I couldn't separate.
Century grabbed by our Westminster. Better Loosen Up is called on for his run. He's closing now. Stylish Century, our Westminster, and Better Loosen Up. It's a 3-way go. Better Loosen Up on the outside, coming home the better. The Stylish Century kicks. Better Loosen Up a nose to Stylish Century in a close one. And third is our Westminster.
Great finish, and the stewards considered protesting third against second, but decided against it. First and second horses will clash again in a fortnight.
Better Loosen Up got the verdict from Stylish Century, and trainer David Hayes is looking ahead to the big races in Australia and maybe the Japan Cup.
Is that the win that might get Better Loosen Up a Japan Cup invitation?
Well, he showed that he's going to run a bit of a trip. He settled back last and flew home his last 600. I hope so. It's in the Japanese, from the Japanese point of view. I hope they see it the same way we do.
For Bill Mitchell, the trainer of Stylish Century, he now has something to look forward to this spring.
Well, I think as soon as you get him on a decent track, he's a different horse. You know, it's hard not to worry about them when they put in a couple of ordinary ones, but it was always there, the fact that he was running on tracks that he just really dislikes.
Well, the Melbourne Cup market, after yesterday's racing, we see the Phantom has held his place at 7-1. He finished 4th in the Fee and Stakes, right up behind those 3 outstanding weight for age horses. So it's Sydeston and the Phantom. Melbourne.
At Randwick, the George Main Stakes at weight for age over 1,600 metres, $250,000 in prize money, and what a star-studded field. I know.
Been a big plonk here at Randwick. Alquoz. We'll soon see if he's as good as the Raps. Let's look at the prices. Number 1, Superimposed, hovering around the 3-1 mark. 14, Livingstone Lane. Alquoz, $4 even, still on the tote. That's much better than the bookies are offering. 60-1, 16, Show County. He'll lead, but can he run the distance? 10, Solar Circle. 15, Stargazer. Shaftesbury Avenue, well in commission at odds of 7-2, $4.50.
Onto his rostrum now, picks up the button, and they're ready to break. Off and running in the George Main. Solar Circle dipped at the start. He's a clear last out of the barrier. Ronganui also dwelt, and Little Show County flew out of the gate and hit the ground running in front of Alquoz, who's up closer than expected. Close handy Shaftesbury Avenue, and going fast out wide is Stargazer. Then High Regard Circle to the first turn, and Show County the leader. Brian Wood trying to nurse him along in front, led by 1 1/4 to Stargazer on the outside of High Regard, and the pace is not all that fast at the moment. Alquoz running 4th on the outside. Mighty Grey 3 deep on the fence. Don't Play. Shaftesbury Avenue midfield, followed by Prince Salieri. Mr Megabucks on the fence is actually pulling a bit, and then Livingstone Lane, Dual Treasures, the only mare in the race, is out deep as they near the turn. Superimpose awkwardly placed on the inside of Ronganui as they come to the corner, and tailed off is Solar Circle. Into the straight now. Wood sitting quietly on Show County, led narrowly over Stargazer. Alquoz striding up 3 deep on the fence behind them. High Regard. Then Don't Play and Shaftesbury Avenue, followed by Mr Megabucks, Mighty Grey, Livingstone Lane, and Superimpose with nowhere to go as they top the rise, where Stargazer put the head in front of Show County. Alquoz in 3rd place. Shaftesbury Avenue on the outside. High Regard battling on. Shaftesbury Avenue coming after Stargazer. Stargazer still in front. Shaftesbury Avenue pounces on him. Look at Superimpose jumping out of the ground. It's going to be too late, and Shaftesbury Avenue beat the fast finishing Superimpose. A good play, and Shaftesbury Avenue followed by Mr Megabucks, Mighty Grey, Livingstone Lane, and Superimpose with nowhere to go as they top the rise, where Stargazer put the head in front of Show County. Alquoz in 3rd place. Shaftesbury Avenue on the outside. High Regard battling on. Shaftesbury Avenue coming after Stargazer. Stargazer still in front. Shaftesbury Avenue pounces on him. Look at Superimpose jumping out of the ground. It's going to be too late, and Shaftesbury Avenue beat the fast finishing Superimpose.
Jim.
A good thing beaten Superimpose. Stargazer probably 3rd in front of Don't Play. Livingstone Lane close up. Solar Circle a good run, and then High Regard, Prince Salieri, Mr Megabuck, Show County. Well back is Ronganui. Alquoz dropped right out of the race, followed by Dual Treasures and Mighty Grey last in the George Moore 40.
Well, John, the race didn't let us down. Alquoz let us down, unfortunately. He was fresher today and didn't race as good. But what a horse, Shaftesbury Avenue. He's improved, and Superimpose put in a sterling performance to run 2nd, and Stargazer is officially 3rd. That's
Well, Shaftesbury Avenue was first, brilliantly ridden by Johnny Marshall, and it paid $4.60 and $1.80. Second, number 1, Superimpose, $1.60. Third, number 12, Stargazer.
This season, the Bob Hoisted-trained Sydeston was one of the early favourites for the Melbourne Cup. The annual pilgrimage of stayers from New Zealand were also here chasing the big prize money on offer. And it was one of those Kiwis who won the first of 80 Group 1 races. We'll review on this edition of the Australasian Racing Year.
Zabeel has hit the front from Stylish Century down to the 200. Then Royal Creation and Sydeston answering the whip. Zabeel in front with 100 to go. Clark has him under pressure. He's a half to Royal Creation, Sydeston, and the Phantom is swapping them. Zabeel in front, the Phantom and Royal Creation, but the Phantom has got up to win. A great victory from last, the Phantom. Royal Creation and Sydeston answering the whip. Zabeel in front with 100 to go. Clark has him under pressure. He's a half to Royal Creation, Sydeston, and the Phantom is swapping them. Zabeel in front, the Phantom and Royal Creation, but the Phantom has got up to win. A great victory from last, the Phantom.
Coming off a win in the Memsie Stakes, the Phantom's first Group 1 success confirmed the potential he'd shown on previous visit to Australia.
Moonee Valley, the Sydney-trained colt and Canny lad met again, this time over 1,600 metres.
At the school now, it's Bureaucracy by about a length over more than Worry and Temperate King. King spoke the fence. Over on the outside, Canny Lad called on for his run. Di gave him a slap with a whip, and then Storaya Black Opera, followed by Mudgee Grey Abandoned War. Bureaucracy showing the way as they turn for home. Canny Lad's the threat. They've come clear. It's Bureaucracy tackled by Canny Lad on the bend. 3 lengths Storaya. Bureaucracy and Canny Lad slog it out. Hall and Die clear of Storaya. Bureaucracy just in front of Canny Lad. It's Bureaucracy hanging on. All Canny Lad's dive. I think he's got up. I think Canny
After a head-to-head battle, Bureaucracy was having his first try beyond 1,200 metres, and the crack Sydney colt led from the start. Canny Lad, who started 13 to 8 favourite, was challenging near the turn. On the turn, Bureaucracy in front. Canny Lad trying to wear him down. Bureaucracy running out, led by a neck. Canny Lad cutting him down the outside. Canny Lad going to Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy in front. Canny Lad joined him and won. Canny Lad in the last stride beat Bureaucracy. 3 away Storaya.
They go for home a length in front, but Canny Lad is starting to loom. And around the turn, 300 to go. Canny Lad goes up to Bureaucracy. They settle down to fight it out. They're clear of Storaya. Canny Lad on the outside. Bureaucracy comes back a neck in front. Canny Lad lunging again, stride for stride. Bureaucracy. Canny Lad down to the line. They hit it. Canny Lad a nose. Canny Lad a nose at say Bureaucracy. 4 away, third in the race, Storaya.
So the confrontation producing all which was promised, with Canny Lad lunging on the post to snatch the money by a nose from Bureaucracy. To the
Spring Champion Stakes for 1990 coming up. Only a handful of horses to move into the gates. A good field, worthy of a mighty race, Ken.
It sure is, John, and here are the prices. Number 1, St Jude, 7 to 2, out to almost 4 to 1, $4.90. 4 to 1, Solid, the New Zealander, Lord Revenor. 16, Bright Kite. I think What a Hit or Win. He's hot favourite at 2 to 1. That's probably all he's entitled to be. 2 to 1, Real Jade at 30, Fire Oak at 60.
On the back towards the top turn at the 1100 mark, and Fire Oak led in the Champion Stakes, a bit more than a length, the Lord Encore. Running third, St Jude in the box seat, and then Stradmore. Just behind those, Lord Revenor, who wants to drop the bit. He's being heeled along now at the 700 mark, and Fire Oak is joined again by Lord Encore. Stradmore's never been on the track. He's had a pretty hard run, but he's looming up to them 3 wide as they near the turn. Even wider, Calais Star, followed by St Jude. At the head of the others then, Lord Revenor as they turn for home, and further back Bright Kite, and What a Hit is spotting them a start as they turn the corner. Over the rise, Fire Oak and Lord Encore, the 2 leaders, and they're clear. On the outside, Stradmore and Calais Star. St Jude is getting between them, and then Lord Revenor, and right down the outside, What a Hit is winding up now. It's St Jude bursting through an opening to head Fire Oak. What a Hit and Calais Star can't pick up the leaders. St Jude is clear, getting close to home over Fire Oak. What a Hit can't do any better. St Jude wins the Champion Stakes, a long neck to Fire Oak. In third place, What a Hit. Encore, the 2 leaders, and they're clear. On the outside, Stradmore and Calais Star. St Jude is getting between them, and then Lord Revenor, and right down the outside, What a Hit is winding up now. It's St Jude bursting through an opening to head Fire Oak. What a Hit and Calais Star can't pick up the leaders. St Jude is clear, getting close to home over Fire Oak. What a Hit can't do any better. St Jude wins the Champion Stakes, a long neck to Fire Oak. In third, further back, Stradmore. St Jude, $5.10 and $1.80. And what a copybook ride it was by Brian York. Second, Fire Oak, who ran a very big race at very big odds. A place dividend of $11, Fire Oak. And What a Hit third, number 4, a place dividend of $1.30. Ken.
Jude, $5.10 and $1.80. Second, number 12, Fire Oak at $11.90. Very healthy odds there. And third, the calendar fancied, number 4, What a Hit.
Whisked. Here are the prices. Number 1, Triscay, obviously the main danger. 10 to 9, she might just get out to about 5 to 4 in a moment, I'd say. Barberia from Melbourne is at 12 to 1 in from 14s. Whisked, 7 to 4. I think we better plummet that into about 6 to 4, and that's a pretty fair price, believe me. All Mine at 25 to 1.
Many tracks, many times, so watch for them. Red with a white cap. Starter coming over now to pick up the button. They're all set and ready for the Flight Stakes, and away they go. Good start and towards the out in the run to the first turn. Moving to second is Triscay. In fact, she's going up to join the leader now. And Whisked is getting the run of the race on the inside of Barberia, followed by All Mine, and back at the tail is Regal to the 800 mark, and they're going quickly. Highlights led, Triscay second, Barberia third. All Mine is fourth, and Whisked might have lost a little ground at that point. She's back fifth and being ridden a bit now. A length and a half further back, Millie's Luck, followed by Suggested. Out deep is Narration and then Seasoning and Fizam's Folly. Painoir second last and Regal is tailed off as they turn the corner. Highlights led over Triscay into the straight. All Mine third and then Burberry. Whisked in between horses, running on pretty well but under a lot of pressure, followed by Millie's Luck and Narration. On top of the rise now, and Triscay has dashed to the lead from Burberry on the outside. Whisked in third place is starting to warm up now. He's pulled the whip on Triscay. Burberry cutting it down quickly. His Seasoning, and late on the scene is Narration. But Triscay, Dittman hard at work. She's fighting back. She's got a great big heart. And right on the line, Triscay was holding them safely to beat Burberry. Whisked in between horses, running on pretty well but under a lot of pressure, followed by Millie's Luck and Narration. On top of the rise now, and Triscay has dashed to the lead from Burberry on the outside. Whisked in third place is starting to warm up now. He's pulled the whip on Triscay. Burberry cutting it down quickly. His Seasoning, and late on the scene is Narration. But Triscay, Dittman hard at work. She's fighting back. She's got a great big heart. And right on the line, Triscay was held of Narration and All Mine, and then Whisked and Pfizer.
2 and 9. First number 1 Triscay paid $2.20 and $1.20. Second, number 2, Bavaria, $3. And third, number 9, Seasoning, the dividend.
Great idea is the Epsom Handicap. First run in 1865. There are 20 runners. An ounce of luck is worth a pound of judgment. And I know one bloke who hopes Alquoz gets plenty of luck.
That's exactly right, John. I've just about got time to rush through these prices. Let's have a look at them. Number 1, Superimposed, 3's out to 13 to 4, about $4.30 for $1 investment. Alquoz, I've got my cash on him, as John told you. He's a 10 to 1 chance. Shaftesbury Avenue at 5 to 1. Go Bush, one of the New Zealanders, at 16 to 1. Livingstone Lane, well in commission at 8 to 1. Regal, 20 to 1, Our Poverty Bay. 14, Chevelle Cavalier. By geez, that's big odds.
At me.
And when he does go, you sort of know it. He travels so easy, and it's like driving a Rolls Royce, and the others are on Volkswagens. He goes past them as though they're stuck to the rail. It's a great feeling.
And ready for the Epsom. The stalls fly open and they're off and running. And Don't Play wide out is about very wide. And then Kessom Hunter well back with Fairy Dreams. Remember Peter. Superimposed third last. Prince Salieri second last. Run of 3 right around the outside. Paul Landick and then Comrade, followed by Ricochet Rosie. Shaftesbury Avenue waiting for a run as they come over the rise, and further back Go Bush. Our Poverty Bay is coming out of the pack, and Superimposed down the outside. Many chances at the 200. Livingstone Lane, Don't Play, Comrade. Our Poverty Bay is joining in, and his Paul Landick, and Superimposed right down the extreme outside. Is he going to win another big Randwick mile? Superimposed, a super horse. What a horse. Superimposed beat Our Poverty Bay in the Epsom. Ricochet Rosie third, and then Paul Landick, Don't Play, Comrade on the outside. Many chances at the 200. Livingstone Lane, Don't Play, Comrade. Our Poverty Bay is joining in, and his Paul Landick, and Superimposed right down the extreme outside. Is he going to win another big Randwick mile? Superimposed, a super horse. What a horse. Superimposed beat Our Poverty Bay in the Epsom. Ricochet in winning. When this fellow comes back to scale, I think we're all entitled to put our hands together for one of the great post-war horses capable of running second in the last Melbourne Cup, and he's won the Doncaster and the Epsom in the same year. What a horse. Superimposed, $4.40 and $2.10. Epsom in the same year. What a horse. Superimposed, $4.40 and $2.10. Second, Our Poverty Bay. Our Poverty Bay will get second. That's dividend of $8.40. Ken, I've run out of superlatives.
Yes, John, you can't say much more about him. Runner-up in the Melbourne Cup and won a Doncaster and the Epsom in the same year. Here he is, the widest horse on the track. Look at him sweep up to them. Our Poverty Bay in the blue and yellow looked as though he was going to swamp them. And the little grey mare getting through near the rails was Ricochet Rosie. They're only the place getters. The winner was Superimposed, and an absolutely brilliant performance. He come from last to win the Doncaster and almost last to win the Epsom. And there's Darren Gauchi. He doesn't smile a lot, but I'm sure the Gouch.
Fantastic win it was to Superimposed, paying $4.40 and $2.10. Second, number 13, Our Poverty Bay, $6.90. And third, number 17, Ricochet Rosie, at $8.40.
Last 2 lengths away of Freed, Chevelle Cavalier and Batuta last of all. About 800 metres left to go on the Turnbull Stakes, and Savage Toss leads a half a length to Mr. Brooker. A length and a quarter away, Stargazer third, then Sir Midas, World Creation, Shazora. 2.5 lengths to Pressman's Choice, and they were followed by Universal Ambition. Now Better Loosen Up, called upon by Clark. Acquitted well back with a Freed, Chevelle Cavalier and Batuta. Around the turn in the Turnbull Stakes, 500 metres to go. Savage Toss got away from the rail, but led by a length and a quarter. Royal Creation into the clear, running on strongly. Then Stargazer, Mr. Brooker, Shazora, and Better Loosen Up down the outside from Equidity and Afraid. With about 300 metres to go, and Royal Creation got right up on the inside to grab the lead. Here comes Shazora and Better Loosen Up down the outside from Equidity. Royal Creation in front, grabbed by Shazora. Here's the favourite, Better Loosen Up on the outside. Shazora in front. Better Loosen Up gets to it. Royal Creation kicking back on the rail. Royal Creation, Better Loosen Up. The favourite did best and won. Better Loosen Up. He knows where the post is. Better Loosen Up, a half-head Royal Creation, and Shazora third. Then Pressman's Choice called for the photo, but you'll find Better Loosen Up has won the Turnbull Stakes, number 1, approximately 105 and 7.
The rails followed by Better Loosen Up and then a free. Chevelle Cavalier and Batuta had dropped out to be last of all as they sweep round the home turn on the Turnbull now. Balancing for home and Savage Toss first into the straight. The run there for Sir Midas if good enough. As Savage Toss left the fence, they were followed by Royal Creation coming through on the inside. Stargazer and Mr. Brooker. Here's Shazora staking her claim and Better Loosen Up on the outside. But Royal Creation led at the 300. Here's Shazora coming out after Royal Creation and Better Loosen Up is starting to hit top gear. Shazora got to Royal Creation with Better Loosen Up challenging on the outside. Better Loosen Up, Shazora, Royal Creation. 3 across the track. Better Loosen Up getting to Royal Creation. They go to the line, a bobbing finish. Better Loosen Up. Better Loosen Up has got up to beat Royal Creation.
By now, racegoers were accustomed to Better Loosen Up's habit of winning by a narrow margin.
And Better Loosen Up will now go for the Cox Plate before the Japan Cup next month. Joanne was 5-4 favourite to make it 8 out of 9.
Grandiose and Redelva together at the 200. The 2 straight 6 specialists fighting it out with Joanne closing at a great rate. Redelva and Nick in front. Here's Joanne. The mighty mare is lunging at the line. She comes home the best and Joanne beats Redelva by a half a length. Grandiose is...
And a good ride by Mick Dittman to get the favourite Joanne home, a very good sprinter.
It was the Caulfield Guineas. The Guineas lineup was headed by the colt who claimed to be king, Canny Lad, winner of 7 out of 9 starts, including the Golden Slipper Stakes. Canny Lad was deposed as favourite by the handsome Bureaucracy, whom he had beaten a fortnight ago, but had lost to in the Ascot Vale Stakes.
Go past the 600 and the bullfighter is just in front of Bright Kite and St Jude is third. Storaya needs a run, travels well before the turn. Then Nonpareil, Centro wide out. Bureaucracy was next, trailed by Lord Revenor coming around the outside. Canny Lad giving them a long start as they wheel the corner in the Guineas. Bright Kite and the bullfighter in front of St Jude coming at them and Centro wider out. Then Storaya and further back Lord Revenor and Chimesam. St Jude hit the front at the 200 from the bullfighter. Now Chimesam squeezing through. Integra's coming with its run. Centro on the outside. It's Centro taking the lead. Chimesam cutting it back. Centro, Chimesam, Centro. Centro has won it.
Of the stars fired. Bureaucracy raced much too fiercely and Canny Lad couldn't keep up and then was under the whip well before the home turn.
Canny Lad given a crack with the whip. He's third last. Oh, he faces a big job from there as they turn for home. Bright Kite goes up to the bullfighter when they turn. St Jude further out. Storaya going all right but can't get a run. They're followed by Bureaucracy in trouble. Centro going up to them. Canny Lad under the whip about 6 lengths off them. It's St Jude getting to the front from Centro on the outside. Lord Revenor and getting out now with a late runners. Chimesam. St Jude in front. Wide out in the track. Centro's grabbed him. Integra. Chimesam getting a run. Chimesam out after Centro. Centro's won the Guineas from either Chimesam or Integra in the middle.
Centro's victory completed a remarkable run for all of his connections. Owner Lorraine Podgornick, apprentice rider Damien Oliver and trainer Lee Friedman.
We considered that the horse would win last week and I think Darren was of the opinion that when the horse was knocked over he was travelling well enough to win that race. I thought he was unlucky not to win the start before, so if you've been watching the horse, he probably should have won his last 2. And he'd have probably gone in here second or third favourite today.
It's a win tinged with sadness too, Lee, with the late Floyd Podgornick not being here to witness his greatest win. And in the background, protests going on, so you've got some problems at the moment.
Lee was distracted by the sound of the protest siren.
Part about the win I really liked, he just kept fighting and fighting all the way down the stretch, like a good colt. And I suppose now we'll be looking to syndicate him up the stud.
Centro at 25s over Integra at 20s. Chimesam third at 50-1.
The Chimesam or Integra who's dived through in the middle. Then came Lord Revenor.
Centro survived a protest to give the Friedman-Oliver combination their first Group 1 success of the season.
The Caulfield Stakes attracted the outstanding weight for age field seen in Melbourne this spring. headed by three mighty stayers, Superimpose, Sydeston and the Phantom. Throw in the tough, classy New Zealander Mickey's Town, and this was some line-up.
The Stoller Circle in the straight now, and Mickey's Town took the lead on the outside. Eastern Classic, Sydeston getting a run through. Then Rough Habit as they come down with about 150 to go. And here's Superimpose weaving his way through. He's out now, Superimpose. Sydeston took the lead. Superimpose out after him. Sydeston broke clear. Sydeston in front. Superimpose is flying at him, but Sydeston wins the money. Sydeston ahead to Superimpose second.
And Mickey's Town hit the front. Stargazer fights back. The run for Sydeston in the middle. Then Eastern Classic. Sydeston took the split. He's raced to the front now from Mickey's Town. Here's Superimpose, but Sydeston's got a break by two. Superimpose rattling home. Sydeston a neck. He wins it. Sydeston a neck to Superimpose. 3 lengths away. Third is Mickey.
Sydeston is back at the top of the Melbourne Cup market, and he's also a big chance to give jockey Mick Dipman his first Caulfield Cup winner next Saturday. The second shock of the race came afterwards when the horses returned to scale, as the gallant second place getter Superimpose had suffered a bleeding attack. The 6-year-old has been banned for 3 months. He's out of the Cox Plate and the Japan Cup, a pair of races.
While the Caulfield and Melbourne Cup favourite, the Phantom, finished well back, it was the second-placed Superimpose that caused real concern.
Well, it's been found after he's come back into the enclosure that the horse has had some blood coming from one of his nostrils. And at the moment, the ruling is that the horse has been barred for 3 months.
Those 3 months off means Superimpose will miss the rich WS Cox Plate and the Japan Cup. The winner of the Caulfield Stakes, Sydeston, has firmed in the betting for the Caulfield and Melbourne Cups.
I think the top weight, the horse that runs second, is an outstanding horse, and for this horse to beat him is a very good performance. You know, he goes into the Caulfield Cup as probably the favourite, and if he gets a bit of give in the track, which I think he's a little bit better in, he'll give it a hell of a shake.
Sydeston at 13-4 over Superimpose, and Mickey's Town was third.
This is from yesterday. The Herbert Power Handicap, the Toorak Handicap, 2 guides to the Caulfield Cup. Ricochet Rosie was an excellent last start third in the Epsom Handicap behind Superimpose. And with Mick Dipman chasing his 4th winner for the afternoon, the grey mare accelerated brilliantly when asked to sprint in the straight.
They're homeward bound now, and our Westminster after Arc Regal, who took over in front, but Planet Ruler got out and grabbed them in a stride. Planet Ruler raced to the front, 250 out, coming out of Ricochet Rosie, then Cool Credit from Arc Regal, and the others are struggling on the outside. Ricochet Rosie gets to the leader. Ricochet Rosie swept past Planet Ruler from Cool Credit and Comrade, and Ricochet Rosie's coming away. Ricochet Rosie by 2 lengths. Second home, Comrade.
Only Arc Regal tackled by Planet Ruler, and then Ricochet Rosie and Cool Credit. It's Planet Ruler in front below the 200, but Ricochet Rosie picks him up in a stride, and the grey dashes away. And under the whip, she's sprinting clear. Ricochet Rosie will win it brilliantly. Ricochet Rosie by about 2 lengths. Comrade got up
50 kilos in the Caulfield Cup next week.
Mick Dipman, the Sydney-trained Ricochet Rosie.
The Herbert Power Handicap is one of the traditional lead-up races to the Foster's Caulfield Cup. Several stayers from the New Zealand contingent contested the 2,400-metre race on their way to the Melbourne Cup.
And Savage Toss has been joined by Equidity on the outside, and Equidity takes the lead at the 400. They were followed as they sweep the turn by Freed and then Mr. Brooker. Back behind them is Ali Boy, pulled out for his run, and then Delmar. It's Equidity bursting 3 lengths in front down to the 200 from Mr. Brooker. Ali Boy, and here's Just a Dancer from a mile back coming home well. Equidity in front, he's only 1.5 lengths. Just a Dancer's wearing him down, and then Ali Boy, but Just a Dancer out wide has swept to the front. And for Cassidy, it's Just a Dancer who wins by about 1.5 lengths. Frontier Boy, a slashing run second, Ali Boy third.
Ali Boy putting in a run, and Just a Dancer from a mile back. Equidity the leader in the straight at the 250 now from Mr. Brooker, and Ali Boy down the outside, and Just a Dancer with a withering run. Just a Dancer on the outside, and Ali Boy get up to Equidity. Just a Dancer from second last. Look at this for a Caulfield Cup trial. Takes the lead from Ali Boy. Late down the outside, Frontier Boy, but Just a Dancer. A great performance, scored over 1 length. Frontier Boy got up to run second. Third is up.
So Just a Dancer, also a great Caulfield Cup chance. It's certainly going to be an intriguing race next.
When we look at the market for the Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup at this stage, Caulfield Cup next Saturday worth $1 million. Sydeston 5-1 favourite. Just a Dancer, Ricochet Rosie, the 2 big shorteners. Just a Dancer in from 20s, Ricochet Rosie in from 40-1. And in the Melbourne Cup, race worth $2 million. Sydeston, a hot favourite at 4-1. He's a terrific horse, but don't take 4-1 about any horse in the Melbourne Cup this far out. The Phantom Sevens, and Terrific, who won it last year, is at 8 to 1. He's trained by Lee.
Behind Sydeston in the $1 million race. Now, Triscay and Whisked continued their spring campaigns in the 1,000 guineas at Caulfield. After drawing a wide barrier, Triscay had worked hard to be with the leaders on the turn.
They sweep the corner and Lycra and Triscay turn together. 3 lengths in front as they corner from Twiglet, Special Sculpture, Burberry. Whisked getting another move on near the inside. Triscay the inside and Lycra in front, passing the 200-metre mark. Still 2 lengths to Whisked and then Twiglet. Triscay the inside and Lycra. Whisked coming at them. Triscay in front. Whisked out wide, flying home. They hit it and Whisked. Whisked has got up to win it. From Sculpture Burberry. Whisked getting another move on near the inside. Triscay the inside and Lycra in front, passing the 200-metre mark. Still 2 lengths to Whisked and then Twiglet. Triscay the inside and Lycra. Whisked coming at them. Triscay in front. Whisked out wide, flying home. They hit it and Whisked. Whisked has got up to win it. From Triscay and Lycra. New acquaintance.
Whisked took her sire's progeny earnings past $7 million and provided Gavin Duffy and Graham Begg with their only Group 1 success of the season.
At the $1 million race. Since the introduction of metrics in 1972, only Ming Dynasty has carried more than 57 kilos to success in the Cup. Could Sydeston become the second horse to do so?
Number 1 in the Caulfield Cup is John about 80 to 1. Sydeston, Mick Dittman's mount, is just about favourite. I think both with bookies and the tote, you can expect about 5 to 1. Terrific is a 25 to 1 chance. Water Boatman, trained by David Hayes, to be ridden by Peter Hutchinson. The South Australian jockey is at 40 to 1. Flying Luskin was scratched this morning. Mickey's Town's a firmer in course betting, loves wet tracks, and it's wet at Caulfield. He's at 8 to 1. Shazora, another New Zealand mare who likes the wet, is at 8 to 1. Solar Circle, trained by Bart Cummings, to be ridden by Shane Dye, is another 8 to 1 chance. Liverstone Lane is at 50 to 1. Rough Habit at 25. Shellier at 66. Race Hope at 20 to 1. Now, I like this horse a bit. Royal Creation, he's a New Zealander, to be ridden by the New Zealand jockey G. Childs. About a 6.5 to 1. 13 to 2 Royal Creation. 33 Donegal Mist. 33 Prince Salieri. Ricochet Rosie, 8 to 1. 6 to 1 Just a Dancer, very easy in course betting. 25.
Donegal Mist in control. They've gone past the 800-metre mark now. Donegal Mist just in front, coming down the side from Mickey's Town. Ricochet Rosie to fight the hard runners there third. Then Race Hope, followed by Chevelle Cavalier. Liverstone Lane dropping out. Sydeston getting up on the inside, and then Rough Habit. Solar Circle following Sydeston through on the rails. Then Savage Toss. Shazora well back, coming to the home turn, and so has Just a Dancer pulled out wide for his run on the turn, and Donegal Mist and Mickey's Town come round the bend and turn together in front of Chevelle Cavalier. Sydeston getting up on the inside, about to come out after them now. It's Mickey's Town and Donegal Mist, grabbed by Sydeston. Dittman wields the whip and Sydeston answers brilliantly. He sprints and gets away. Sydeston by 2, Donegal Mist. Water Boatman finishing well, but it's Sydeston's Caulfield Cup. 2 lengths in front and Sydeston wins it. Sydeston by 2 lengths. Water Boatman second. Photo third. Shazora the outside and Donegal Mist.
They're on the outside and Ricochet Rosie off the track, a length for the back, Chevelle Cavalier. Sydeston going well, but he can't get out Dittman at the moment, followed by Savage Toss. Now pulled to the outside, Just a Dancer, but they're homeward bound, and Mickey's Town raced up on the outside and went to the front. Sydeston is shouldering his way out now, followed by Donegal Mist. Here he comes, Sydeston. Sydeston ranged up now to take the lead from Mickey's Town. Then over on the inside, Donegal Mist, but Sydeston has got the Caulfield Cup 1. He's raced 2 in front of Donegal Mist, Water Bateman, then Shazora, but Sydeston wins the Caulfield Cup, and Mickey Dittman. Sydeston has won by 2 lengths. Water Bateman second, and Nose third. Shazora fourth, home on the inside. Donegal Mist a gap in the field further back. Shalaya, then Mickey's Town. Chevelle Cavalier, Just a Dancer, never got into the race from Terrific. Then Royal Creation.
Classic ride by Mick Dittman. The penalty for the Melbourne Cup will be very interesting. The best trial for the Cup, the third place Shazora.
Melbourne Cup. It was a first Caulfield Cup victory for Dittman.
He felt good to me in the race, you know, he travelled nice. Got a bit further back than probably what I thought, but they went fairly quick up front. But getting towards the 600 when I had to move forward, Skirton runs along the inside, he always had a bit in the tank, you know.
He carried a great horse's weight today, 57 kilos. He must be a great horse.
He is a good horse, you know. He's a better horse this season than he was last season when I won the Tankard on him, no doubt about that. But he loves this type of ground. He's had things to suit him, but there's no doubt he is a good horse.
Stable plans are now for him to run in the Cox Plate and the Melbourne Cup. Could he do that treble?
Not impossible for him.
It was also a first for legendary trainer...
Assisted by a brilliant Mick Dittman ride, Sydeston registered the 4th Group 1 success of his career in winning the Caulfield Cup and took his stake earnings Cup and took his stake earnings to $2.35 million.
Re-handicap Sydeston up to 4.5 kilos. At the moment, the horse has 56 in the Melbourne Cup. He carried 57 yesterday. Historically, if we look at the horses that have been able to win the Caulfield Cup and the Melbourne Cup double in the 1 year, you can see the re-handicaps. Poseidon in 1906 was a 3-year-old. In 66, Galilee, who's probably the best stayer I've seen, went up 3 and was only a half below. And then Gurner's Lane, who's the last horse to do the double, he went up 3 kilograms. His trainer, Jeff Murphy, blued with Jim Bowler afterwards and said that the horse had received too much weight, but he still went on to beat Kingston Town in the Melbourne Cup. He was 1 below. So what will Jim Bowler give Sydeston? I would think he's got 56 now. The horse will be asked to carry either 58.5 or 59. I reckon he'll get 2.5 or 3 kilos. We'll know that later today, the re-handicap for Sydeston. The Melbourne Cup market, well, the horse is a hot favourite. He's at 4-1. And it may change after the re-handicap. If he gets 3 and goes to 59, then I think he'll ease. Shazora, who ran a slashing race yesterday, is at 7-1, flashing home for 3rd. The 2 from the Lee Friedman stable, Frontier Boy, who was 2nd in the Herbert Power, is at 10-1. Terrific, the defending champion, so to speak, at 10-1. Thursday.
Street Ruffian and Redelva. Show County first into the straight, but With Me's pounced on him. And the filly exploded away. With Me raced away from Show County, and then came Street Ruffian and Redelva. But With Me canters in by 3 lengths. Second placing Redelva on the outside. I reckon Street Ruffian's run 3rd. Street Ruffian and Redelva. Show County first into the straight, but With Me's pounced on him. And the filly exploded away. With Me raced away from Show County, and then came Street Ruffian and Redelva. But With Me canters in by 3 lengths. Second placing Redelva on the outside. I reckon Street Ruffian's run 3rd. That was an outstanding win to With Me at 4s over Redelva and Street Ruffian in the last.
As part of his Cox Plate preparation, Better Loosen Up returned to Lindsay Park between each race, and has never been questioned. But for this equine version of Jeff Fennick, his moment of truth came in the heavyweight championship of racing, the Cox Plate. Unlike some, he displayed no visible signs of nervousness.
And there's the WS Cox Plate. It has to do with the making of legends. Somehow, it reaches beyond sport.
They're set. And they're racing now. Stylish Century away brilliantly nearer the inside, jumping out fast St Jude. Canny Lad began like a rocket and he's up on the outside, and further out Horlicks O'Sullivan starting to heel her up. Stylish Century's in front. Horlicks has gone up 2nd and King's High in the middle 3rd, followed by St Jude. Canny Lad at the winning post. Then Lord Revenor going out.
It's probably the greatest performance we've seen in modern history of the Cox Plate, because he stood the leader Stylish Century close to 25, 30 length start with about 1,200 metres to go. He had to run a track record to get up and win. And I think the field assembled that particular year was a vintage year, and the way he did it when he went past horses like Sydeston and Canny Lad, Stylish Century, etc. It was just one of those great Cox Plate performances, but that was the horse, you know. It was just the best Cox Plate performance I think I've ever seen.
30 lengths off the lead. They're followed by Shazora Integra back in the middle, and last of all the Phantom. At the turn of the 850, and Stylish Century a mile in front. He led by 15 lengths to King's High 2nd. A length into St Jude, followed by Horlicks. Canny Lad outside it. 3 further back Sydeston. They're starting to get busy now, and further back in the field Lord Revenor. Better Loosen Up is 15 lengths off the lead, and under the whip followed by the Phantom, Integra and Shazora. Stylish Century coming back to them, 5 lengths in front now of St Jude. Canny Lad. A length into the Tasmanian Sydeston under the whip. 2 further back Horlicks making heavy weather of it. They're followed by Better Loosen Up and the Phantom that grabbed Stylish Century. 400 to go. Canny Lad out wide, raced up now to grab the front. Sydeston the challenger, and Better Loosen Up from a mile back. Canny Lad in front, but here's the Tasmanian champ now. Sydeston on the outside. Sydeston gets to Canny Lad, and here comes Better Loosen Up with a mighty run. Sydeston and Better Loosen Up. Better Loosen Up on the outside, going home. Better Loosen Up takes the Cox Plate. Wins it a half length for Sydeston, a neck away. 3rd in the race is Canny Lad. Then the
Canny Lad pulls out round the outside of her, and then came Sydeston, Lord Revenor. Better Loosen Up, spotting them at least 15 lengths down the side, and then the Phantom Integra, and Shazora dropped out last. At the school, Stylish Century, the leader's only 5 lengths now to St Jude. Canny Lad is coming out after him, and then Sydeston under the whip. Horlicks is beaten back behind those, and Better Loosen Up is under a lot of pressure. 6 or 7 lengths from the lead. They're on the turn now, and the 3-year-olds are claiming Stylish Century. Stylish Century in front round the bend from Canny Lad. Lad, who's hit the front now. Canny Lad's hit the front with St Jude, and still running on is Sydeston on the outside, and Better Loosen Up is flying home at the end of it. Canny Lad grabbed by Sydeston. Better Loosen Up goes to Sydeston. Better Loosen Up has taken the lead, and Better Loosen Up has won it from Sydeston. Canny Lad is third. The Phantom are flying.
So the great record of favourites continuing, and certainly Better Loosen Up's name will sit well on the honour roll.
By Starley Century, then the Phantom.
Better Loosen Up's victory was simply amazing, and so was his winning time. In the Race of Champions, he lowered Rubiton's track record by 1.4 seconds. The Cox Plate, another legend. And didn't the crowd love it? There was one...
Dulcify. And yesterday, another very great horse in Better Loosen Up. It was absolutely thrilling to see the way he won. Stylish Century set the race up. They ran the fastest time ever in a Cox Plate. Better Loosen Up came from what looked to be an impossible position with 800 metres to run. It was Michael Clark's second consecutive Cox Plate, and for 28-year-old David Hayes, I guess it was a dream come true. His first runner in a Cox Plate, and he came home a winner of a second consecutive Cox Plate triumph.
He's a super horse, this horse, and you know... Stylish Century set a cracking pace, a worrying time of when to give chase, Mick?
Well, he was about the 1,000 metre mark when I was coming around the top turn. He'd already gone around the other turn in front of me, and I was giving him a big start, but this horse is all hard, and you know, he's just a credit to ride and a pleasure. It showed in the last 200.
So is it come on Tokyo now?
Oh, for sure.
And he can beat the best in the world?
I think he can, Keith. He really is good.
Yeah, he really is good. Michael Clark talking to Keith. How's he recovered from the run? It was a very strenuous performance.
I was straight after the race, you know, a little bit concerned for the horse because he's so genuine, and he had to chase and raced, you know, so hard. But when you watch the replay, the last furlong actually was a typical Better Loosen Up last furlong. He had them covered, and he just did as much as he had to. And credit to the horse. We're all amazed at the stable. Hasn't left a note. And he's just his old lazy old self around the stable. He's no different, and considering he pulled 2 plates off in running, he's just so tough.
Does that mean there's a possibility he may run in the McKinnon Stakes on Saturday as a lead-up to the Japan Cup?
It is a possibility, Bruce. The horse will tell us later in the week whether we run or not. But
in recent years, the Moonee Valley Cup has proven to be a valuable guide to the Melbourne Cup, and this year was no exception.
Racing up to the school, 700 to go. The chips are down. Double Gin being tackled in front by Flying Luskin, and Kingston Rule the outside. Mount Olympus coming into the picture. Lord Malay's had enough. Our Magic Man at the head of the others, followed by Chalea. Cosine on the inside, and then Batuta, and Terrific 7 lengths from the lead, followed by Equidity and Hassam. They're homeward bound, and Flying Luskin is the leader, challenged by Kingston Rule, who's travelling well, and Cassidy stuck a look back, followed by Mount Olympus, and then Double Gin Chalea. Halfway down the straight, Kingston Rule applies the pressure, hits the front from Flying Luskin, and then Chalea, and Kingston Rule goes on to win. Second placing Flying Luskin, third Chalea.
And then came Batuta. Next is Terrific, and Equidity is struggling as they sweep round the turn, and Flying Luskin and Kingston Rule turn together from Mount Olympus. Double Gin, it's Kingston Rule the outside, and Flying Luskin in the straight. A terrific battle. Kingston Rule on the outside doing better than Flying Luskin. Kingston Rule drew a neck in front, and Kingston Rule's drawing away to win it. Kingston Rule by a length to Flying Luskin. Chalea's flown home for third.
Kingston Rule has 52 kilos in the Melbourne Cup, but is eligible for a penalty after that strong victory.
Kingston Rule has now given the Cup's King Bart Cummings a sniff at a record 8th Melbourne Cup.
Well, he could. He's coming into the race with a pretty strong chance. He's nicely weighted, he's fit at the right time, and he does like dry, firm track, and looks like the weather's come that way.
Is he your only hope now, Bart, in the Melbourne Cup?
I think it's probably my best, Keith. Well,
Bart Cummings, laconic as ever. Well, Kingston Rule may be re-handicapped by Jim Bowler. We'll find that out in the next day or two. But he's certainly come into Melbourne Cup calculations. As we take a look at the market now for the Cup, this is the latest this morning. Sydeston and Shazora. Shazora was a very good run in the Cox Plate, just behind the place getters, and Sydeston ran a tremendous race behind Better Loosen Up, both at 5 to 1. The Phantom's back in favour. He ran very well in the Cox Plate. Kingston Rule and Chalea, they were first and third in the Moonee Valley Cup. Chalea, another good run. Terrific Frontier Boy. He looked a bit disappointing at Geelong, though he didn't really get a crack at them during the week. David Hayes is...
For Thursday's Oaks, Whisked at 265, Triscay 215, Mammy at 235, 5.35 Bavaria, 9.05 Mahasen, 3.85 for Weekend Delight. As you can see, plenty of chances. All Mine, Cronies Hope, 20-1 chances. Over the page, Beachside, 12.95, 4.80, very short, number 13. For Michael Clark out wider, racing now. Now missing the start, Beachside a length, Toy Rani slow to begin, and also out the back early was All Mine, the stablemate of Triscay. Whisked won the start, she's in front early, Sandhill's trying to go around her. Right now is All Mine to put a bit of speed on, she's the stablemate of Triscay who's drifted back to third last. Burberry just in front of her, Weekend Delight on her inside, and about 2 lengths behind Triscay with Toy Rani and Beachside. 1,200 metres left to go and All Mine's in front, led by 2 lengths. Sandhill's second, a neck away third, Aroma a length and a half away, then a Her Destiny. Followed by Cronies Hope, Whisked a length further back than a Mahasen in 7th placing. 1.5 further back, Bavaria. Triscay's caught out 3 wide. Mammy's just up in front of her, about 8th. Then Weekend Delight, Torani, and last of all was Beachside. About 900 metres left to go in the Wakeful Stakes, and the leader is still All Mine by 3/4 to Aroma, a length away Sandhills, a half to Her Destiny and Mammy, 1.5 to Whisk, and here comes Triscay around the outside of Mahasen, and behind those was Beachside, Cronies Hope as they run to the turn, and then Burberry, Weekend Delight. About 600 metres left to go. All Mine's in front by a length to Aroma. Mammy went up quickly out wide, followed by Sandhills, Cronies Hope needing a run, Her Destiny. Triscay running on strongly. Whisk is going to need a lot of luck. She went back to the rails. Down towards the 400 metres point. All Mine a length and a half in front of Sandhills. Down the outside, Triscay with Mammy. Whisk is bursting her way into the clear. 300 metres to go and still All Mine a length and a half in front. Here comes Whisk, and look at Beachside down the outside. All Mine in front. Beachside coming out of Triscay. Beachside going to All Mine. Beachside and All Mine. Beachside, All Mine. They hit the line tight. I reckon All Mine just won it. All Mine a short half head to Beachside in a thriller. Third home.
At the 400 metre mark, All Mine led by 2 lengths to Sandhills out after it, and then came Mammy. Triscay was next, and there followed by Whisked over on the rail, starting to weave through. All Mine in front at the 200 metre mark from Sandhills, and then Whisked, Triscay, and down the outside is Beachside. All Mine in front, Whisked and Beachside is flying on the outside. All Mine 3/4. Beachside slowly but surely gets it. They hit the line together. Oh, very, very close between Beachside and All Mine.
Coming for race we're in for.
It'll be an absolute ripper, Tim. Canny Lads at $1.10. Only one horse has completed the big Golden Slipper Victoria Derby double, but it's taken 30 years. Canny Lad 110, St Jude 8.15, Centro 13.40, Chimes Am 18, the Guida 7.80, Lord Revenue 10, Abandon Moor 13, What a Hit 5, Shot of Comfort 41. Over the page to Trisette, $12, Great Sabre 41, Fire Oak 17, Big Dermot second favourite.
Up towards the turn, up on the inside, Centro's out for his run. Further back is What a Hit as they balance for home now, and Canny Lad getting up on the inside but under a lot of pressure. It's Fire Oak in front down to the 300 of the Derby. Centro challenges. Now Lord Revenue's coming home well. St Jude in the middle, Centro at the 200 and Fire Oak are locked together from Lord Revenue, and there followed by St Jude. It's Centro the outside and Fire Oak the inside, and Centro, nothing between them. Fire Oak has his nose in front. Centro lunge, bobbing finish. Centro and Fire Oak, I can't separate them. A bobbing.
The maiden, and that horse won it.
Yep.
Fire Oak.
And I think Bob made the comment before the race he had a big buff head, didn't he?
Yeah, well,
horse? I said it's helped it there.
I wouldn't mind having it. 13, 3 and 6. About a 25-1 chance on the Victorian totalisation. Would be similar to that price across Australia. And the approximates in Victoria, $16.50 and $3.75. Centro, $3.25. Lord Revenue, $2.60. That's what racing's all about, to get a thriller. Definitely the shortest of short half heads. But look at that. That inch or so is the difference between $500,000 and about $90,000. Not much. At first you saw how far they're actually going to run, and it's the same distance as the Derby. Kingston rules at $2.90, Goliath $15.30, Frontier Boy $2.60, down to Spring Thor at $4.70, Mantelpiece is very, very short, $1.45, Mount Olympus $7. Well, David Hayes making 6 winners for the day, La Tristia $7.20, and Pabulum 6. Settles, lights on, followed by Cosine, Pabulum, Goliath getting off the fence, Spring Thor running into it, and so too is Mantelpiece around the outside from Batuta. Kingston Rule's going to need luck, but he's going for a run in the centre, Beedman, and wide out was Frontier Boy as they straighten up in the Dalgety. They've got 400 metres to go. Love You Perth in front of Mount Olympus. Here's Kingston Rule down the outside, running on strongly from Spring Thor, Pabulum. Mount Olympus went to the front, Kingston Rule trying to run it down. They've raced away then from Cosine, Goliath getting out. Mount Olympus in front with about 200 to go. He's He's a length clear. Kingston Rule trying to run him down. David Hayes going for his 6th win of the day. Mount Olympus in front. Kingston Rule trying hard, won't get him, and Mount Olympus wins the Dalgety. A half a length to Kingston Rule, 4 away Triscay and Goliath together. They were fronted in by Fred.
Going past the 400 now, and Love You Perth in front, but Mount Olympus has gone up quickly on the outside. Mount Olympus hit the front at the 300 metre mark. Kingston Rule a length and a half behind it. Then came Goliath, and further back is Triscay. It's Mount Olympus in front, down passing the 100. Still in front by a length and a half to Kingston Rule. Mount Olympus 3/4. Kingston Rule, he's running out. Mount Olympus still in front, and Mount Olympus will win it. Mount Olympus from Kingston Rule by...
Well, Danny, we said it earlier in the day about Peter Hutchison being one of the most promising jockeys we've seen here. And he's just proved it again, hasn't he?
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. Well, I seen this horse win the Murray Bridge Cup, and he broke the track record over there, Dan, but he rode him beautifully, that horse. He came off the fence exactly at the right time.
Mr. Michael Clark, 6 for David Hayes in Melbourne, 3 in Adelaide. What a day. I mean, of all days you dream of winning races, it'd be Derby Day, and to win 6 of the 8 in Melbourne is just phenomenal. It would have to be a record.
Would have never been done before, Dan, and I doubt whether it'll ever be done again.
Without doubt, the highlight of Derby Day at Flemington this season was David Hayes' world record of training 6 group winners in one day.
30 years. On Cup Day, Kingston Rule shortened from his opening quote of 12-1 to 7-1 to join the Phantom as equal favourite for the 130th running of the Cup, which carried prize money of $2 million.
Latest update, Tim sees Sydeston, the Caulfield Cup winner, at $7.40. Terrific still at $6.15. Number 8 Kingston Rule, $6.15. $9.50 for number 9 Mr. Brooker. To 10 Shazora, $5 even. Frontier Boy, $19.30. Just at answer, $7.80. $8.60 Shellier. Stier, $13 for Mount Olympus. $22 Our Magic.
And certainly the best bred, number 8 Kingston Rule, by the mighty Secretariat, out of a multiple classics winner in Rose of Kingston. You won't be able to miss him in the run, and his form is everything a Melbourne Cup winner should be. A great second in the Dalgety last Saturday. Prior to that, had won at Moonee Valley in the Moonee Valley Cup.
And Shazora were favourites, joint favourites at around 7-1, but now the Phantom is outright favourite, and Shazora has drifted a couple of points. In the last couple of minutes of betting, the best backed horse in this race has been the Cup's King. Kingston Rule, trained by Bart Cummings. There's been terrific money for Kingston Rule, and I'd say that in the last 5 minutes of betting, Kingston Rule has been the most heavily supported.
From the crowd when they jump. And they're off and racing. And one of the first to jump out in the Foster's Melbourne Cup was Kingston Rule. Down near the inside, Rainbow Myth got out fairly well. Flying Luskin, Our Magic Man. Sydeston out wide as Shelley is immediately going back to the tail end of the field. Rising Fear and Savage Toss and Narbotto all up towards the lead with Donegal Mist as they run onto the course proper. 2,800 metres left to go, and Savage Toss, he's 20 lengths off the leader, Savage Toss. They have 1,000 metres to go. The Argentinian in front. It's Savage Toss by a length to Our Magic Man and Triscay. A length away, Selwyn's made 5th over on the outside, but under pressure, Rising Fear. Then Narbotto, a length away going forward, Mr. Brooker, followed by Donegal Mist under pressure. Kingston Rule sticking to the inside, Flying Luskin around them wide. The Phantom gets off the fence, Harley Boy being ridden along, Waterboatman next to then Shazora. Over on the inside was Sydeston, and Frontier Boy making a long sustained run. Terrific's 3rd last. On the turn in the Cup, and Savage Toss is still in front. The Argentine Stallion led a length and a half at the top of the straight. Second was Our Magic Man, a length and a half. Narbotto, Triscay running on. Then Flying Luskin, followed by Mr. Brooker, and Kingston Rule goes for the run up on the inside. Here's Equity and Mount Olympus down the outside with the Phantom. 300 metres to go, and Our Magic Man hit the front of the Cup. Kingston Rule's out after him, and so too is the Phantom. Here's Kingston Rule. Kingston Rule hit the front of the Melbourne Cup. 200 metres to go. The Phantom and Mr. Brooker trying hard. Kingston Rule in front. The Phantom trying to get up on the inside, but it's Bart's 8th Cup, and Kingston Rule wins the Melbourne Cup. I think. Second the Phantom, 3rd Mr.
Back behind those horses is Kingston Rule and Flying Luskin as they turn the corner, and then Equity, Frontier Boy and Terrific well back. Shazora ahead of those. They're into the straight, and Savage Toss, the leader from Our Magic Man, leads by about a length and a half, and then Triscay and Narbotto. Kingston Rule getting up on the inside. Mr. Brooker wider out, followed by the Phantom and Flying Luskin at the 300. Savage Toss in front. Our Magic Man tries to get him, and Kingston Rule's coming home very stoutly. Kingston Rule is at the front. Here's Narbotto and Mr. Brooker. Kingston Rule in front from the Phantom, diving up on the inside. Kingston Rule and the Phantom from Narbotto. It's Kingston Rule to give Barty's 8th. Kingston Rule from the Phantom. 3rd is Mr. Brooker. Then
Rainbow Myth never in it from Frontier Boy, Batuta. Then Waterboatman, Rising Fear, Shazora, Selwyn's Mate, and Donegal Mist was last in the 1990 Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Well, what about that then, eh? Bart Cummings again, 8 Melbourne Cups. A fantastic effort, Bart Cummings, and he is the Cups king. I don't think Dan will ever see that in our lifetime. Anyone trains 8 Melbourne Cup winners, and as we made the comment before the race, that he looked terrific, didn't he?
He did.
Kingston Rule, he looked magnificent. Crackers made the comment as well. The Phantom, a great run, and also Mr. Brooker. But Dan, if you go back to the home B Cummings, how can you ever ride him off?
We talked about the time that run. They have annihilated last year's track record, 0.8 of a second. There's the winning jockey, Darren Beedman. Picked it up because Victoria and Sydney's leading jockeys didn't want to ride this horse. Lucky ride for Darren Beedman, and he was going to win the Melbourne Cup a long way.
Cummings, 8 Melbourne Cups, how does it feel?
Well, it's better than 7. It's terrific, really.
But 11 years in the making since your last Melbourne Cup. Were there ever any doubts that you would win another one?
Well, the more they said I was finished, I said it's better to be a has-been than never been one at all. So I decided I didn't want to like to be a has-been, so I had to get busy and get cracking. And we got luck, fortunate enough, we got this horse to train from David, and it's lovely for him also. It's a homebred horse. It's the first time I've trained the winner of a homebred horse. We normally have bought
1.3 gave the Cup's king Bart Cummings his 8th triumph in Australia's greatest race. For owner-breeder David Haynes, Kingston Rule's victory was a dream come true. Bred in Kentucky, the chestnut is a son of the American Triple Crown winner Secretariat and Australian Horse of the Year in 1980, Rose of Kingston, whose win...
The 1600 metre point, they have a run of about 150 metres before they get to a sharp turn, so again it's important not to be too wide. Open race with Shaftesbury Avenue at $4.45, $9.10 for Eastern Classic. Every horse on the race at good each way odds. $6.05 for Arc Regal. Comrade at $4.75. Ricochet Rosie still the favourite. But even on the second and third pages, horses with plenty of chances. Good money for Go Pack. Natural Wonder well in consideration at $3.25. Our Grey Invader, Cool Credit, Echo Lass, Gamine, all big chances. Gamine was most unlucky last start. Racing in the Honda Stakes. Cool Credit a little bit slow with Our Grey Invader. Ricochet Rosie won the start from Go Pack and Arc Regal. Eastern Classic going up with Natural Wonder. Out wider was Shaftesbury Avenue in search for the lead, followed by Spot the Rock and Welcome Night Out. About 1,100 metres left to travel, and Shaftesbury Avenue's in front for Cassidy. Led a half a length to Spot the Rock. 1.5 to Welcome No Pack. Then Cool Credit, followed by the Gentry. Comrade around Eastern Classic, Ma Wong. Echo Lassen back towards the tail of the field was Our Grey Invader. Running up towards the home turn. Oh, one of them's broken down badly. Welcome Night It Is broken down, ran off the track of the crossing there and fell over. And as they come around the turn in the Honda Stakes, at Shaftesbury Avenue in front. In second placing as they come around the turn, Ricochet Rosie, Spot the Rock. The run came for Arc Regal, followed by Go Pack, Cool Credit. Echo Lass well back on the inside. Eastern Classic, Natural Wonder. Gamine down the outside, running on with Pressman's Choice. Shaftesbury Avenue, 300 metres to go, got away. He's 2.5 lengths in front of Spot the Rock and Ricochet Rosie down the outside. Then Pressman's Choice. Shaftesbury Avenue, 200 metres to go, is 2.5 lengths in front. Pressman's Choice and Comrade are running on strongly, but Shaftesbury Avenue's got it one, I feel. Shaftesbury Avenue's 3 lengths clear, and another Group 1 win for Cummings. Shaftesbury Avenue wins by 3 lengths. Second, Spot the Rock. Third, Pressman's Choice, and then Comrade, followed by Our Grey Invader.
Shaftesbury Avenue kicked away at the 300, gone 3 lengths to Spot the Rock. Dittman winding up, Ricochet Rosie coming out after the leader. Shaftesbury Avenue in front at the 200, 2 lengths in front of Ricochet Rosie. Spot the Rock, then Arc Regal and Pressman's Choice, but Shaftesbury Avenue at the 100. He's 3 lengths clear, he'll win it easily. Shaftesbury Avenue by 3 lengths. Spot the Rock second, Pressman's Choice.
Dan, I think what he tried to do, I think he tried to run out the gate, and the track being a little bit greasy after that shower of rain, he's just slipped over. But Bart Cummings, when he gets on a roll, stick with him, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. What a week it's been. He's won the feature race on the Tuesday, the Thursday and the Saturday. And the 26,
he's down on nearly on the minimum. He's down on 53 kilos. I mean, there's some very good horses in this race and very, evenly matched. So, Shaftesbury Avenue, he's won 8, now, out of 17. But he's up to, the 600 and 700, nearly $1 million earner again in our present hit this week, haven't we?
$4.40 and $1.90 Shaftesbury Avenue paid and was tipped by the experts. $4.40 Spot the...
Again, he's next.
Well, and so is Bold Rancher. Pre-record hit the front at the 100. Durbridge is starting to eat up the ground. Pre-record a half in front of Durbridge. Pre-record a nose. Durbridge goes home best. Durbridge takes the lead from pre-record, and Durbridge wins the Guineas from pre-record by a long neck. 2 lengths well, and so is Bold Rancher. Pre-record hit the front at the 100. Durbridge is starting to eat up the ground. Pre-record a half in front of Durbridge. Pre-record a nose. Durbridge goes home best. Durbridge takes the lead from pre-record, and Durbridge wins the Guineas from pre-record by a long neck. 2 lengths away, third is Bold Rancher. Followed in
Durbridge from 8s out to 12 to 1 equalled the course record, beating the favourite pre-record.
I've done over the years. Keith, you were there for a number of these years, and one of the pivotal moments was in 1986. Waverley Star ran 5th. That was the year of the Cox Plate Waverley Star Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher nearly lost his life in Japan and didn't take part in the race.
I'll never forget that day. It was virtually Cup Eve, Bruce. I went out to the highly secured stables at the course, and there was Bone Crusher in so much pain, and he was so close to death. In fact, vets later said, after taking his temperature, that he was 1 degree from death. And he went back. Markets from Japan this morning. Better Loosen Up is a 7-2 second favourite, and Stylish Century a 25 to 1 chance.
Speaking of betting, we checked with the Victorian TAB on the odds. Now, this is what Better Loosen Up is going to pay this morning, $1.30 for 50 cents, so he's not much value. Belmez, who won the King George in England this year, which is their Cox Plate, at $2.70.
Well, that naturally is odds of almost 9 to 2. In Japan, Belmez is the 7 to 4 favourite.
So they're good odds. Now, Stylish Century's ridiculous odds. He's about 40 to 1, I think, over there, isn't he? Yeah. Well, one of my friends, I won't name him, is in Tokyo today. He's having 950,000 yen on Better Loosen Up. Sounds a lot of money. It is.
Its massive prize money and status attracted English Derby winners, winners of the Arc, the Breeders' Cup, the finest blue bloods in the world. Better Loosen Up, more blue collar than blue blood, came here for the 10th running of the Japan Cup, along with Stylish Century representing Australia. He was to be number 10, starting from gate 10, but in the pre-cliff top.
Line is good. They're off. The breakaway wasn't a clean one. One of the first out here towards the centre is Asashi George. He landed in front with Stylish Century away quickly. Kakawipi's behind them, and further out on the track here is Petit Deal as they go down to the winning post, and there's no pace. Stylish Century getting up on the inside now of Asashi George, and they're together from Petit Deal, Kakawipi's, and further back Whitestone has got to the rail. Better Loosen Up has got about 4 behind him going out of the straight. Stylish Century on now at the 1400 metre mark, and the leader is Asashi George, about a length in front. He's away from the fence, and Stylish Century has got up inside him, a length further back in the field. Then Petit Deal third, a length and a half to Kakawipi's. 4 lengths further back, running 5th is Belmez, and they're followed by Whitestone, a length and a half then to Ode. They're followed by Inamatuki. Better Loosen Up is starting to make his run. They're followed further back in the field by Ibn Bay. Well back out of its ground, coming off the back now is French Glory. As they race now to the 900 metre mark, and the leader still is Asashi George, a length and a half to Stylish Century. They're followed by Petit Deal running third, a length and a half. Kakawipi's has had a lovely run fourth. 2 lengths further back, Belmez starting to put in a claim. They're followed over on the inside by Whitestone when they come up to the bend. Further back then, pulled out wide on the track, making a run as Ode, and they're followed by Phantom Breeze. Well back was Better Loosen Up when they turned for home, but the leader away from the rail here is Asashi George at the straight from Stylish Century. Coming up the outrider on the track is Petit Deal. Kakawipi's in the middle, gets a run, and Better Loosen Up is getting out with Belmez down the outside. Kakawipi's has broken loose at the 200 metre mark, 2 lengths in front. Better Loosen Up going after him, but running in and further out on the track with a great run is Ode. Ode is after Kakawipi's. Better Loosen Up in the middle is coming with a magnificent run. Kakawipi's, Better Loosen Up and Ode. Better Loosen Up in the middle's put his head in front. Better Loosen Up has won for Australia. Better Loosen Up has won the Japan Cup from either Ode or Kakawipi's. We've done it. We've taken the Japan Cup with Better Loosen Up. They're followed. Kakawipi's in the middle, gets a run, and Better Loosen Up is getting out with Belmez down the outside. Kakawipi's has broken loose at the 200 metre mark, 2 lengths in front. Better Loosen Up going after him, but running in and further out of the track with a great run is Ode. Ode is after Kakawipi's. Better Loosen Up in the middle is coming with a magnificent run. Kakawipi's, Better Loosen Up and Ode. Better Loosen Up in the middle has put his head in front. Better Loosen Up has won for Australia. Better Loosen Up has won the Japan Cup from either Ode or Kakawipi's.
Melbourne-based race caller Brian Martin summed the race up perfectly. Better Loosen Up had won for Australia.
Oh, sensational. I lost my voice, but, you know, I kept having to pinch myself, and, I wouldn't know what it's like to win the Olympics, but I think that in horse racing that'd be the closest thing to winning a gold medal in the Olympics.
In the time between the Japan Cup and the beginning of his autumn campaign, Better Loosen Up went from strength to strength.
The person in quarantine that was looking after him in Australia said that he's the only horse he's known to really put weight on in quarantine, and the quarantine station, they did a terrific job, but it's not exactly horses heaven in there, and he thrived. And
to gain a half-head decision, it was just a mighty moment in racing, the greatest moment I've ever experienced, and probably in sport.
It was, quite simply, Australia's greatest achievement in international racing. The plain brown, the kind our grandfathers took at roving, had become a champion of the world.
$1 million, but looking at this list here, it's incredible to think, Keith, that just a few years ago there were hardly any equine millionaires, and now there's a list of 57 of them. These are just the top guys.
Yes, it is too. It took Kingston Town forever to get to his million, and Manicato too, but that's interesting too, that number 1, Better Loosen Up, number 2, Horlicks, and they're both winners.
In Western Australia's premier 1600-metre event, jockey Jason Oliver rode the perfect rail-hugging race after starting from the outside barrier.
250 to go, and Jungle Hero the leader, a length and a half from Marwong. Century got down the outside. Medicine Kid is finishing brilliantly. Jungle Hero joined by Medicine Kid. Century got the outside. Medicine Kid takes the lead, and Medicine Kid wins.
Medicine Kid's win in the railway was the biggest success to date for both jockey Jason Oliver and trainer Ross Price.
First up is the 2,000 guineas at Riccarton.
500 metres to run on the Guineas now, and Steinix hit the front with 400 metres to run. Wider out, Ducato's coming on the scene and full time up the centre, battling a bit down on the inside as Retton Try Peter. Where's the favourite? Here he comes through the centre now. Surfers Paradise bulldozing through at the distance. At the moment, full time's reached the lead from Ducato. Surfers Paradise and Eagle Eyes putting in a run down the outer. It's Surfers Paradise on the inside, full time's holding down the outside. Eagle Eye, they hit the line. Surfers Paradise in the middle.
Prepared by
closing through at the distance. At the moment, full time's reached the lead from Ducato. Surfers Paradise and Eagle Eyes putting in a run down the outer. It's Surfers Paradise on the inside, full time's holding down the outside. Eagle Eye, they hit the line. Surfers Paradise in the middle.
Prepared by New Zealand's leading trainer Dave O'Sullivan, Surfers Paradise held off the fast-finishing Eagle Eye, who'd been checked at the start. Unfortunately, Eagle Eye suffered a slight injury during the running of the Bayer Classic, which prevented him from taking his place in the Derby field at Ellerslie. Surfers Paradise started favourite in the $300,000 Classic.
On the turn, play on the leader. Surfers Paradise is poised to pounce. Coming out wider here is He's a Kiwi and Sir Alberton getting out. Lord Revener down the outside. The big guns are coming to the lead. And it's now Surfers Paradise, Sir Alberton, and out wide Lord Revener. Surfers Paradise in charge. Sir Alberton still trying hard. Lord Revener on the outside of the two and play on, battling on the inside. Surfers Paradise, Sir Alberton trying to get him. Corndale's the danger. Surfers Paradise in front. Corndale coming after it. Surfers Paradise beat Corndale. Third, Sir Alberton in a photo with play.
In winning the Derby, Surfers Paradise became the third Derby winner sired by Crested Wave, who stands at Hanui Farm. The little horse with the big heart was ridden by New Zealand's leading rider, Lance O'Sullivan.
Across in New Zealand, a sprinter regarded as a true champion by his trainer was also creating his own piece of history.
Mr. Tierce is a mile back. Down the straight they come, and the leader is He's Blushing, led by 2.5. He's still got them flat. Hypervein is next, then followed the Foreign Influence battling on, and Lancaster Square and Mr. Tierce is storming home late, and it's still He's Blushing in front. Here's Foreign Influence. Watch Mr. Tierce. Geez, good. Mr. Tierce has got up from an impossible position, and Tierce is a mile back. Down the straight they come, and the leader is He's Blushing, led by 2.5. He's still got them flat. Hypervein is next, then followed the Foreign Influence battling on, and Lancaster Square and Mr. Tierce is storming home late, and it's still He's Blushing in front. Here's Foreign Influence. Watch Mr. Tierce. Geez, good. Mr. Tierce has got up from an impossible position, and
it was a fantastic.
Mr. Tierce is a mile back. Down the straight they come, and the leader is He's Blushing, led by 2.5. He's still got them flat. Hypervein is next, then followed the Foreign Influence battling on, and Lancaster Square and Mr. Tierce is storming home late, and it's still He's Blushing in front. Here's Foreign Influence. Watch Mr. Tierce. Geez, good. Mr. Tierce has got up from an impossible position, and
it was a fantastic performance by Mr. Tierce to win his third railway handicap. A few weeks.
The $300,000 Wellington Cup attracted several of New Zealand's better-known stayers. Over the concluding stages, the Cup developed into a tenacious duel between last year's Derby winner Castletown and the good mare Shazora.
Oh, here's Castletown with a brilliant run down the outside. Castletown and Shuzura's tracking her through, then Goliath. They were followed further back. Coconut Ice, Rural Prince running on Syringo. It's Castletown in front of the Cup. Coconut Ice and Rural Prince, and Shuzura's coming on the inside. Castletown, Shuzura the inside. Castletown and Shuzura. Castletown, I think.
Castletown.
Rural Prince and Shuzura's coming on the inside. Castletown, Shuzura the inside. Castletown and Shuzura. Castletown, I think.
Castletown, a 4-year-old son of £1 sterling, campaigned in Australia later in the year when he added the AJC St Ledger to his career record.
The inside, Castletown and Shuzura. Castletown, I think.
Castletown.
Rural Prince and Shuzura's coming on the inside. Castletown, Shuzura the inside. Castletown and Shuzura. Castletown, I think.
Castletown, a 4-year-old son of £1 sterling, campaigned in Australia later in the year when he added the AJC St Ledger to his career record.